Sorry the lighting is so bad. We'll get there. But for now. Hey guys, welcome to my Inktober 2017 Sketchbook Tour. I'm just going to quickly run through each drawing from this month. If you would like to get a better look at these pieces, you can check out my Instagram. But for now, let's get into the video. Alright guys, getting into day number 1. I decided to keep this one simple. I didn't follow the prompt list. Just wanted to draw some big hair and just have fun with it. So I decided to just do a vampire, and I thought it was a great way to start off the month. Day number 2, the prompt word was divided. I decided to go with the image of a two-headed snake, and I also played with the orange ink for the first time. I had a hard time with blending, but I think it still came out pretty okay. Day number 3, the prompt was poison. This was my first time working with the green ink, and I really enjoyed making the potion look as toxic as possible, and I thought that the raven just gave it an extra spooky touch.
I don't give a damn who you are.
Day number 4, the prompt was underwater. This one ended up being one of my favorites of the month. I really wanted to convey a sort of ethereal and dreamy mood, so I put a lot of time into the expressiveness of her pose, as well as the motion that was in her hair. The white details were just a last-minute touch that I put in for some extra magic. Day number 5, the prompt word was long. A friend of mine suggested I go with long in the tooth for my interpretation, so I did an old lady sitting in a chair with a very long braid. I would darken some of these details, but in general, I'm really happy with how this one came out. Day number 6's prompt was sword, so I went with the basic sword in the stone concept and added a skull in there for a touch of spookiness. I think the Link-inspired color scheme also gave it some added interest. Day number 7 was another one of my favorites. I decided to stray from the prompt list and just do my interpretation of a Reaper. I had a lot of fun experimenting with the colored inks on this one, as well as just putting a little extra care and attention into fine details. Really happy with how it came out. Day 8, the prompt was crooked. I was inspired by Semi-Skim Min, who was doing haunted houses for her Inktober, so I decided to do my own version of a haunted house. Architecture isn't something I normally do, so I wanted to challenge myself, and overall I'm really happy with how it came out, but you know, practice makes perfect.
That was something else.
Day number 9, I decided to keep it pretty simple. The prompt word was screech, so I just did a screeching black cat. Day number 10's prompt was gigantic, and actually I had a really hard time with this one, but I ended up just doodling until I felt good about what I was seeing, and I think that the results turned out to be pretty impressive. Day number 11, the prompt was run, and while I do like this piece conceptually, there are some aspects of the execution that I wish I could do differently. Just a few details that I would like to change, but there's still parts of it that I am really happy with, and for whatever reason, this little smoke section down here ended up being my favorite part of the piece. For day number 12, I really wanted to take the opportunity to do something I don't normally do again and just challenge myself, so I did some lace detailing in the top of her outfit and then focused on these huge ruffles and the rest of it. It could be better, but it all just takes some practice. I'm still pretty happy with how it came out. For day number 13, the prompt word was teeming, so I went with these crazy angry bees on these petrified eyes, and honestly, this was just an excuse to do some dope eye details, and this ended up being one of my favorites of the month. Day 14 I took as another attempt to challenge myself, as you can see. The prompt word was fierce, so I just went with this werewolf to keep in the Halloween theme. I'm happy with how this leg area came out, but overall I can tell that this piece needs some work. But you know, it's another for the collection. Day number 15's prompt was mysterious, and my mind immediately went to space. Her pose is meant to be sort of a dreamlike outer body experience, and I also wanted to push myself with the details on this one. I have a speed painting of this piece. It's titled Astral. You can check that out on my channel. For day number 16, I strayed away from the prompt list again, and honestly, I just wanted to draw some badass succubus chicks. So that's exactly what I did. I had a lot of fun making sure that their poses were perfect, and drawing two characters interacting is not something I normally do, so I was really pleased with how this turned out. For day number 17, the prompt word was graceful, so I just went with this woman in a classic black dress, added these vine detailings just to give it a little extra elegance, and yeah, keep with the graceful theme. For day number 18, I actually strayed away from the prompt list and decided to do a recreation of the March Hare from Alice in Wonderland. I wanted to do a style that was similar to the original book's illustrations. While there's some pieces of this one that I wish I could clean up, I'm pretty happy with how it came out overall. Day number 19, the prompt word was cloud, and I absolutely love this piece. I took it as an opportunity to really showcase the contrast between the colored ink and the black ink. I really had fun with this purple, and this is one of the few that came out exactly how I envisioned it, and it ended up being probably my favorite out of all 31 days. Day number 20's prompt was deep, and that made me think about the forest, which led me to bears. I took the opportunity to play with my tools a little bit and do the white ink on the black background, which I think came out pretty successfully. For day 21, I decided to do my version of the cosmic owl, so I took the opportunity to play with the colored ink some more and try to achieve a nice galactic background, which I think came off really effectively. It was also one of the only days I used pink ink. Day 22, the prompt word was trail, so I kept it pretty simple here, just did some bats flying in front of a moon, nothing too complicated. Day 23's prompt was juicy, and for some reason my mind immediately went to a toad. So here we have a witch's hand holding her jar of pickled toad. I thought the concept was pretty cute, and I ended up really happy with how the rendering turned out. For day number 24, the prompt was blind, and I decided to go with the image of a queen who's been blinded by her jewels. The contrast between the queen and the ornate details and colors that are in the crown as well as the collar were very important to me in this piece. You can actually see a speed painting of this one that's available on my channel now. Day number 25's prompt was shipped, and I mean, obviously guys, I had to do a pirate. So I went with the zombie pirate just to stay inside of the Halloween theme and pushed myself to make this old man look as deteriorated as I could. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Day number 26 was honestly kind of a hard art day for me. I was in New Orleans at the time and decided to stray from the prompt list and just draw until I felt inspired. Still pretty pleased with how it turned out, even though I was having such a tough time. For day number 27, I strayed away from the prompt list again, but this one's really personal to me. I lost all 3 of my remaining grandparents this year, so I did these Magnolias to not only pay honor to their lives, but to my family in general. We've been through a lot this year, and I really wanted to find a creative way to pay homage to them, so this is for you guys. Day 28 was another day I didn't follow the prompt list, just really wanted to do something nice and simple, so I went with the Medusa. Even though the composition is similar to a previous Inktober drawing, I'm still really pleased with how this one turned out. Day 29, I just really wanted to draw a robot. I really wanted an excuse to push myself with details and really trying to find that balance between a lot of details but a simplified form. So I'm really happy with this one. It's definitely one of my favorites. Day 30, the prompt word was united. I needed to keep this simple just for my own sanity, but I also wanted to take some value out of it, so I decided to practice some hands, threw in some crystals just to keep things interesting, and it turned out to be a pretty cute piece. For the final day of Inktober, the prompt was mask, and I got the vision of a voodoo mask. So here we have a female Loa. I put a lot of time into making sure that her pose was very dominant and very assertive. I had fun with the details and the colors with this one, and I'm very pleased with how I've ended the month here. You can also check out a speed painting of this piece, also available on my channel. Hey guys, thanks for making it all the way to the end. For a full list of my Inktober materials, you can check the info box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and follow me on Instagram to keep up to date with my artwork. And please subscribe if you want more videos from me. Thanks again, guys. Bye. I've always wanted to do this.